Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode on Africa in a Box, and today we would discuss the President of Nigeria case with the FBI and the effect it has on Africa and how it keeps Africa in the box. So basically, in 1993, the current president of Nigeria, obviously he wasn't the president of Nigeria then, he had to forfeit about $460,000 to the US government based on the drug deal that he did, and he was actually apprehended back then. So he had to forfeit $460,000 US. And up until last year, nobody heard anything about that. The FBI had this case. They had everything on him to bring him down. But they refused to do that. Can you ask yourself why? So yeah, this might sound a bit like a conspiracy theory, but even science starts, in science, a scientific inquiry starts with a belief. Same as conspiracy theory. Any fact will start with a conspiracy theory. So from a conspiracy theory, you need to get the proof to not bring it in as a fact. So basically, the conspiracy theory here is that they saw Tinubu as a potential leader. That is why they didn't release the case. They didn't even release anything on this up until last year, 2023. Maybe they did say something about it over the years, but it wasn't publicized. Let me put it that way. So now, the only time we heard about the court forcing or compelling the FBI to release this case was last year. And that was when he was made the president of Nigeria. So they waited for decades to tell the public that, look here, this guy has a case with the FBI, but we won't release it. So why do you think the US government did that? They did that to make him a puppet. Because that is the string they are using to control the current president of Nigeria. Because last year, the period whereby they were they were throwing it to the public that, look, the FBI has a case on this guy, President Bola Tinubu, but we are yet to release it. But that was when Niger was liberated, apparently, because the then president of Niger has ties with the West. So the military coup took over the government last 2 years. So they use it as an opportunity to pull a string on the current president of Nigeria to invade Niger because of the military coup, and apparently it doesn't favor them. So basically, the president of Nigeria complied to that, and he was going to send Nigerian soldiers to Niger in order to fight the military regime and to install a Western controlled president. But it failed because the Senate did not comply with the bill that was passed. But during those times, was when we were hearing the news that, oh, the US government will release this file. So it is more like a threat for him to do what they want him to do. Because after he tried to send Nigerian soldiers, we stopped hearing anything on this issue. We stopped hearing anything on this issue. So basically, the Senate rejected this bill they rejected this movement. But they knew he tried, apparently, so they stopped, so they didn't release the file. So now we know that they are using this criminal case as a string to control the president of Nigeria, and that is how it is for every African countries. Sadly, they have a string which they use to control. So why am I making this video? I'm making this video to enlighten Africans. I'm not making this video to crap all over the West, whatever they do. I mean, they had to do what they had to do to keep in power. I'm not even hating on them, but I'm making this video to appeal to Africans. Let's see things as they are. Let's know our enemy. Let's know that these Western countries don't want the best for Africa. No, every policy that they advise, anything that they ask us to do is for their own benefit. It is for their own benefit. Now, the court has said, the court in the United States, whatever court it was, has said that they won't be releasing this file because they already know that this current administration is in their palms. How does this affect Africa? So I tell you what. This affects Africa in a way that he cannot use policies that will affect the West. If he wants to embrace any policy that will affect the West, they will pull the string again and look at, we have your tape. We will release it to the public. And that is what is actually happening. So all these policies that you see, that this guy is making, this guy is embracing, that this guy is bringing to the public, all these policies cannot make any good for Nigeria. These policies are to cripple the country, but they are the ones that are advising him to do this. Oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can borrow money from IMF. Yeah, they would like it because once you borrow the money, you will return it back at the present exchange rate. So you borrow the money when 1 naira is equals to $1, you want to return it back today. You will return it back when $1 equals to about 2,000, whatever it is, naira. So it favors them for you to borrow money, but that is not the solution for Africa. The solution for Africa is to sit down and try to examine where the problem lies. The problem is the deficit in national budget. That is the problem every African country has. They have gold, you have diamond, you have uranium, you have lithium, you have all these mineral resources. But the problem is you do not have money. And they already told you that if you print more money, it will lead to inflation. You don't want what happened in America in the mid-19th century to happen in your country. So you don't print money. But that is a big lie. It is a big lie because that had to happen before you can get your balance. So that is what these economists won't tell you because they don't know it. They are using what happened in US, what happened in Zimbabwe as a blueprint for what will happen now. So they will use that to advise you. If you don't put money, how are you going to get money to do what you need to do to get money? Tell me. But that being said, it needs to be noted that money has to be printed adequately and it needs to be distributed adequately, because if you don't do that, there's going to be a problem. So Africans need to think out of the box. Africa is in the box. Let's wake up and remind ourselves Africa is in the box, and it's no fight with any other country that wants to keep us in the box, because that's what they want to do. Africa has a lot of resources, and we need to understand that we are the friends of each other. We need to be together and secure our national resources and use all these economic principles wisely. Thank you.